Hello, World Wide Web. I'm Dr. Shado, the internet personality with the best hair. And Daniel Radcliffe has been in some weird ones lately, hasn't he? You all know Daniel played Harry Potter in the hit movie series Harry Potter, based on the hit book series Harry Potter. Much like how Mark Hamill is forever Luke Skywalker, Daniel Radcliffe simply is Harry Potter. Similarly as well, Mark Hamill has had quite a career and made a name for himself in voice acting and is considered one of the best people to portray the Joker, while Daniel Radcliffe is still relatively young and hasn't been in as many other things, but they sure tend to be crazy. Such as we see in today's review of Guns Akimbo, where Radcliffe plays Miles, the mild-mannered millennial making mobile monstrosities in his mundane life, which is suddenly turned on its head when he gets a pair of pistols bolted to his hands. Thrust into the most dangerous game of his life, he's gonna have to prove a hard target if he wants to survive and unravel the even crazier plot that's fueling this insanity. It's one of those movies where when I saw the trailer, I had no idea what in the hell was going on, but I knew. I had to see it. So, let's take a look at Guns Akimbo and watch the magic happen. We went up to the giant talking head telling us, hey, you know what people love watching on the internet? Violence and depravity! With that in mind, let's take a look at this movie's dark web-fueled illegal live stream Schism. Contestants duke it out across Shrapnel City, which is just the normal name for the town they happen to be in, to upbeat music. Okay, if the new Saints Row isn't at least this cool, I'm out. Nyx, played by Samara Weaving, takes out her enemies in slow-mo, meaning the not bad CGI still manages to look fake, and we move right along to the actual start of events. A narration by Miles, a man invested in his media, with nothing much else going on for him in life. His girlfriend broke up with him, he really doesn't have a friend, and his dream job of making video games turned into crunching out bug fixes for predatory microtransaction-laden mobile POS.
The one place I could still be a hero, though, was behind my keyboard. Trolling the trolls.
So if you thought all that stuff was pathetic, his biggest satisfaction in life is being a goddamn keyboard warrior. But while telling 69 MILF Milker 69 to go stick his dick in a wood chipper is cathartic, sadly it isn't what he's being paid to do, which his boss, Xander, played by Richard Knowles, doesn't appreciate.
Wait, what is this?
We're currently downsizing personnel.
What? By how many?
Just one.
I didn't...
Hey, relax, hombre! It's a joke!
Considering we already had the card at the ready and written out, I'm pretty sure these kinds of jokes aren't all that uncommon at this workplace. And it's not like he isn't really threatening Miles' livelihood for good measure. Nothing a little self-medication can't take care of. This kind of stress calls for a nice, relaxing night of troll baiting. And Miles has hit the mother load. You want to fuck with psychos? Well, there's plenty to choose from in the open comment section of the Schism live streams. All manner of reprehensible individuals to chide, provoke, demean. Really makes Miles feel big and powerful. Up until the admins show him his IP address. Not only that, but he starts getting texts!
Nova.
From his ex-girlfriend, Nova, played by Natasha Lubadizzo. In an example of just how crazy this movie is, when she got accidental likes from him on Instagram, she actually invited him to go on a date the next day instead of filing a restraining order. He's like, yeah, that's great, 10 o'clock at the park. And we see them together, reminiscing over that wonderful tattoo she did for Miles. Him saying she needs to pursue comic books as a truly fulfilling career, which she loves! I'll even blame it on... But it's all just a dream! You could easily tell from all the romantic music and the lack of pepper spray. Now, who would come a-knockin' at this time of night? Why, none other than the head of Schism, of course, Richter, played by Ned Dennehy. Seeing the consequences of his actions playing out in front of him, Miles pleads for his life, apologizing for every antagonistic comment he made.
Oh, shoot. This is insane, right? We're being like total dicks here. Why don't I just head off and you have a pleasant evening, dude.
It's amazing how much trouble you can avoid if you're simply willing to apologize. But not this time! Richter doesn't take shit from nobody, most of all certainly not some 2-bit nobody Zynga drone, so they knock him out! And by the time he comes to... he finds guns where his hands should be! And still are, attached to the guns, bolted on, like Dr. Frankenstein had a crossover with Dr. Wily. Naturally, Miles starts freaking out. Going for his cell phone also isn't quite as quick and easy as the strategy as he was hoping, but that's hardly the greatest challenge in his life right now. He's got to hunt down and kill Nix for schism.
You have 24 hours to kill her. Fail, you die. Try to leave the city, you die.
And if she kills you instead, well, you know. Nix, in the meantime, is doing what she does best. Drugs! And breaking out in an action scene, slaughtering everyone in her path to upbeat music. I gotta say, I love the action cinematography in this movie. It manages to be quick and disorienting while at the same time being relatively easy to follow. Grabbing a small army's worth of munitions, Nix is surrounded by the police, so she must run. Not too hard, she's been on the run for most of her life, but it seems that deal she has with Richter, well, he wants one more fight out of her before fulfilling that. All she has is a name to go off of, so she does what you do in that kind of situation. Hit up Party City for a police uniform, then just stroll right into the station and check the database for the chud you're looking for.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, that's what happens when you face the final boss only after doing literally all the side quests. Ah well, criminal or not, she can easily force an app to install that will reveal to her his location data. Gonna take some time, but don't worry, he's struggling enough trying and failing to put pants on, and desperately attempting to figure out how to open a door, that by the time he does, Nix has arrived. Miles isn't exactly ready for a duel to the death, however, and desperately explaining his predicament, tries to get her to understand.
We can just, truce things out, and you can stop destroying my things. Or just, shoot around the really rare stuff.
Hey man, at the end of the day, you really can't take it with you. That, and I'm not entirely sure how the hell they'd even go about fitting that Gundam in your coffin. She does try to talk about it, how he can make her killing him a bit less messy and stressful. So he uses the power of Jean-Claude Van Damme to distract her and escape her fire down the fire escape. After this, it doesn't take him too long to find some police officers.
Hey, I need help! Someone's trying to kill me!
Hey!
Oh,
drop your guns!
Right. Shit.
Ooh, they are about to protect and serve the shit out of him. So he must run! Heading down an alley, one officer is in hot pursuit, but since it would kind of fuck things up if he actually shot him, they just tase Miles. That way he can accidentally shoot them back and slip away. But oh, that's right, he was supposed to meet Nova at the park, and she's already fed up and leaving.
Holy shit! Hey!
Honestly, that's how I imagine Daniel Radcliffe meets up with most of his friends. Barely escaping with their lives. It doesn't take long for Nova to regret agreeing to see her insane, half-naked, overly panicked ex-boyfriend again. Red flags don't even begin to describe this man. He should just move on and find someone else.
I kinda did meet somebody new.
Oh. Do I know her? What's her name?
Her name is Nix and she's actually trying to kill me.
Well, naturally, but is she cute? Once she hears Miles is in schism, however, that's it. She doesn't want anything to do with this deranged homicidal maniac. In his defense, he shows her his gun hands. That's nothing a little pepper spray can't solve. So that date could have gone better. Disoriented, Miles flees and takes shelter in a clothing donation dumpster. At least this means maybe he can get some pants, but still unable to put them on, he figures, fuck it, I'll just kill myself. But wait! The homeless man, played by Rhys Darby, has something to say.
The angle's all wrong. You won't hit your brain. You'll just end up blowing your damn face off.
Oh. Okay, thanks.
You see, Miles, people do still care. Nova has headed to the police, however, with our candy-chomping, chuckling cop Stanton, played by Edwin Wright, and his partner DeGraves, played by Grant Bowler. Ah well, seems he's in schism, can't do much, but hey, call us if you learn anything else.
Hacker phone. Ever followed 24/7.
Oh, come on. You really think he's gonna make contact?
Yeah, I think a second date is out of the question. In the meantime, Miles has been getting all kinds of help from his new alley-dwelling friend. Pants, shoes, he's even got some food to share. A hot dog! But old Miles here is a vegetarian.
I don't like contributing to the suffering in the world, I guess.
Well, that's a great philosophy, man, but most people in the world, they just eat whatever they can get.
Really didn't expect an argument against veganism in the middle of this movie. Also didn't expect it to be an effective one. One horrible meal later, Miles asks him if he could help him with a GPS tracking issue he thinks he's having. But unfortunately, it seems that this man isn't a computer guy, just a crackhead.
Want to smoke some crack?
Yes.
I'm good. The hot dog was enough.
Besides, Nix is doing enough drugs for both of you. Now, she's doing enough drugs for half a city block. Miles doesn't need crack, though. He needs tech support, so he returns to his job to find his one sort of friend, Hadley, played by Miles Cawthorn. He's got to check Miles' phone for tracking malware, but Hadley has to reach in his pants for the phone himself. Miles tries to make up a story about gluing his hands inside his pockets.
There were holes in the inside of my pockets, so I just glued them together, and then I put the jacket on, and I forgot, and I got drunk, and I fell asleep with my hands in my pockets, and now, here we are.
Think of it like a sitcom, but not funny at all. So like Big Bang Theory. Extracting his technological umbilical cord, Hadley finds out. Yep, malware. They could erase it, but it would be considerably more convenient for the plot if they instead mod it so the tracker has an on-off switch Miles can control. But what's this? In all this running for your life with guns bolted to your hands, it seems Miles forgot to punch in today, and Xander takes the opportunity to berate Miles for this transgression, pursuing him to bully the man Bobby Kotick style.
You El Loco? Oh, shut the fuck up! Stop pretending you speak fucking Spanish, you fucking idiot!
I'm sorry.
Yeah, all those hypothetical arguments Miles has with Xander in his head become a bit more real when you push him to the edge and arm him to the teeth. On the plus side, this finally allows Miles to get years of abuse off his chest, and at the end of the day, he's still a decent guy and lets Xander live.
Just stop being a dick, okay? How about...
But that doesn't mean Nix has to let that bullshit slide. Resulting in another shootout! One-sided, as Miles has no idea how to aim these things, and they hurt like hell to use. No bother, he can just grab his phone and escape while Hadley provides covering fire.
Mistakes were made.
Damn. Guess the power of friendship don't got shit on the power of 9mm parabellum. Stealing a car as politely as he can, Miles flees from Nix, but she can just steal a motorcycle and easily catch up to the man, causing an accident and slow-mo VFX crash. Thus, it's back to a foot race, with Miles hiding in a random building. Still, Nix isn't exhilarated. She's annoyed. This is tedious as hell and not challenging when you consider Miles still can't shoot for shit.
Relax your damn arms. Elbows slightly bent, nearly straight.
Shut up!
And those two little sight things on the barrel aren't just for decoration.
We all know his aim's going to be more than adequate once the plot decides that he has to be able to actually accomplish something. His pleas fall on deaf ears. She explains that she is the most wanted criminal ever, but Schism has promised that they will have her cleared of all charges just as soon as she puts Miles in the ground. So the shootout continues! Miles must kill her to live, and she must kill Miles to have her life back. But what's this? When Miles triggers a fiery explosion, Nix freezes, seized by traumatic flashbacks. Fuck! Which would have been the perfect opportunity for Miles to kill her, but honestly, it's one thing to shoot someone who is actively trying to kill you, and another when they're on their knees and crying. In any case, now that he's got the block on the tracker, he actually managed to slip away, and decides to call up Nova to say, hey, been a hell of a time ever since those crazy people bolted guns to my hands, but I just wanted to say thanks for everything and goodbye. But what's this? Nova is suddenly and conveniently kidnapped in the middle of the video call by Richter. New rule. If he doesn't kill Nix, they're gonna torture and kill Nova. Doodles! Thus, he has a plan. Turn on his tracker, then call 911 to summon the police to take care of her for him. But this little junkyard happens to be the location of a big drug deal right now, causing yet another standoff before Nix arrives to set the record straight.
No one is killing fuckboy here.
Yay!
Except me, of course.
Oh.
I don't know, Nix. Even with the minigun, you're gonna have a hell of a time putting even a dent in his plot armor. As such, she easily slaughters everyone there. They fire back to no avail, and she fills every last one of them with at least 10 rounds. Except for Miles, who escapes, only to be found by the Predator. Or a SWAT team, I guess. No bother, he can end up in the back of a police car, and quickly find out that they don't intend to help him so much as use him as bait to get Nix. You see, Nix DeGraves just so happens to be the daughter of Detective DeGraves. He had a family before. Everything was fine and dandy until one day, boom! Car bomb! The gang leader he had previously busted made bail and sought revenge. A tattoo-bedecked bastard by the name of Richter.
My wife and son were gone. Nix was gone too, in a different way.
Yeah, she just started to really enjoy murdering people. And drugs. She likes drugs too. Thus, DeGraves hopes that with Miles' help, he can bring her in.
Hey, Stan, where the fuck are we?
Whoa! Holy shit, dude! What the actual fuck?
But it turns out that Stanton was working for Schism all along! What do you know, he doesn't just have a fucked up sense of humor, he also has a really fucked up sense of humor. Richter's not happy that Miles called the cops, so the rules have changed. Now he's only got half an hour to kill Nix before they start to vivisect his ex-girlfriend. Released into the city once more, Miles has a plan. Use that handy-dandy tracking app he also has on Nova's cell phone to find out where she is.
Girlfriend, are you stalking her?
X, actually, and it's none of your business.
All crimes and creepiness are forgiven as long as it's useful for the plot. The tracker has led Miles to a van, where Schism just shoot the hostage and drive off.
Shit. Hadley.
We still got like half an hour of movie left, so we gotta keep the ex-girlfriend's life in the balance to keep things interesting. This guy's usefulness has ended. So, new plan! Something Miles has never tried before. Just talk it out with Nix. Schism will probably just kill them both, so hey, how about bringing the fight to them instead?
No.
But yeah, like I said, half hour. I'm pretty sure we're not gonna spend it all watching Miles rot in a back alley. Well, there are more topics to cover, like what to do with Nova. No reason to just leave her unscathed if Miles is dead, but Richter thinks maybe she could be a fun little contestant in her own right.
Just pitching here, but chainsaws or nail guns? Which way you leaning, huh?
Oh, come on, you know I'm always gonna go for motherfucking chainsaw hands. Chainsaws Akimbo! For now, we watch as the Schism cleanup crew picks Miles up and preps him for disposal. But wait! The body bag blows the Betty's brains out! That's because we conveniently skipped over the very important conversation that happened in between. Miles did get to talk things out with Nix, explained how Schism killed her family, how they just killed her dad, but would you look at this? He's got a bulletproof vest. They could fake Miles' death and infiltrate the Schism stronghold, killing them off their damn cells, so, doing their respectable drugs, the next big action scene kicks off! The bullets are flying, the bodies are falling, and the viewer count rises. That's it! Miles can use the camera footage to find Nova. First, though, he has to endure the live feed.
Oh, goddamn, this comment section. It's like YouTube or worse. No, it's about the same.
Well, maybe upload better content, Miles. I haven't tried it, but I've heard it works. But what's this? It looks like Schism is expanding. Worldwide mayhem on the World Wide Web. More important in the here and now, though, is this badass pair of AA-12s that just showed up to kill the shit out of both of them.
Yeah, you know your weapons.
Well, when you're a fully automatic 12-gauge shotgun with optional fragmentation rounds, you tend to turn heads. And now I just feel the need to point out that the AA-12 doesn't go rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat. It goes boom, 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 boom. It's a slower, more bassy, controlled automatic fire of big, heavy 12-gauge rounds. It doesn't sound like a P90. In any case, they do battle! Miles taking out the lady while Nix is dragged into the lower level by the big burly boy, and they beat the crap out of each other until they can barely move. And Miles runs in to blow everyone up. Ah, well, Richter can drag Nova to the roof in an attempt to escape on the chopper, but, with so many Schism shitbags still to shoot, and Nova drifting further and further away, Nix sacrifices herself to rush into the fray and use her secret C4 vest powers to blow everybody up. This means it comes down to Miles and Richter. Miles has only one bullet left, but when it all comes down to this, one bullet is all you need! Miles, this isn't Call of Duty. Bullet magnetism doesn't exist in real life. So Richter shoots Miles, but it's not over yet. Nothing can overcome the power of love. Not even 6 rounds of 44 Magnum. So Miles beats the ever-loving fuck out of Richter, mercilessly bludgeoning him in the face before leaving him to fall to his death. And he doesn't get the girl.
In real life, watching your ex pistol whip some guy's teeth out gives you PTSD, not a raging lady boner.
Well, that sounds to me like you're going out with the wrong ladies there, Danny boy. Either way, happy ending! Richter is dead. Miles lives! Nova has started her dream job writing comics now that she's got the inspiration. And Schism, lives on, spreading throughout the globe. Unless Miles and his 2 guns of justice have anything to say about it. The end. What do you know? Sequel bait to a movie that I actually wouldn't mind seeing a sequel to. Anyway, that was Guns Akimbo. Obviously, I had a blast. This is an example of a movie that has an idea that isn't high art, or a story that needs to be told, or anything like that. It's just a damn fun idea, and that's what they set out to make, a damn fun movie, and in that respect, Guns Akimbo has certainly accomplished this. The concept is ridiculous, but it has to be taken a bit more serious to drive home how ridiculous it is, but can't take itself too seriously or it forgets how to be fun, and the film walks that tightrope of tone very well. It's campy enough while still managing to lose itself in comedic banter and transitioning right into a creatively edited shootout set to some funky tunes. There's also a risk with these kinds of movies that don't take themselves too seriously to ignore properly setting up things for the plot, but Guns Akimbo manages to do that just enough that when the big twists come, they don't feel like the story is just running off in random directions, because you can point to one minor thing that was showcased earlier in the film like, oh, so that's what they were hinting at. All these minor things are presented in such a way that you can tell that the movie is saying, pay attention, this is important. It's not to say it's a flawless production, however, as while I did for the most part enjoy the humor, more than a few times, certain jokes just kinda stick around longer than needed. It comes off like the movie isn't confident enough in its own jokes. They don't take this long to set up, and the punchline only needs to come once. The instances they just go on for are awkward and not charmingly so. That's a rare issue though, and most of the movie flows well enough. At the end of the day, Guns Akimbo is fun's Akimbo, though maybe not for everyone's Akimbo. The point is, if you like the trailer, you'll love this movie because it's very honest about what it sets out to do. Be ridiculous, violent, funny, and serious as long as it enhances one of the 3 aforementioned qualities. Coming in at 4 back alley aged hot dogs out of 5. And to think, I mainly fired this movie up because my ripping software was being a pain in the ass on all the movies I was trying to watch. Oh well. Thank you all for watching. I've been Shado. And remember, a Nerf gun does not count as an everyday carry.
Want to smoke some crack?